Will the members please come to order? The Majority Leader.
Thank you very much. So members, this is going to be the first of many announcements, I'm sure, about our altered procedures for the session. In a second, we're going to be taking a quorum call. If you are assigned to sit in the chamber during this legislative session and you are in the seat you will be sitting at, you can use your green button to register your presence for the quorum call. If you are assigned to the chamber annex, you need to wait for your name to be called and then respond to it as being here. If you, at the end of the names being called, you don't have a green vote next to your name on the board, then please stand to be recognized so we can make sure we register the presence of every member who's here today.
Quorum call. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Madam Clerk. Delegate Acevedo. Delegate Acevedo.
Are you here? Stay here. I know, but he's got a seat. He's just late.
Delegate Adams. Delegate Ampry. Delegate Anderson. Delegate Anderton. Delegate Arentz. Delegate Erickson. Delegate Utter. Delegate Atterbury. Delegate Bagnall. Delegate B. Barnes. Delegate Bartlett. Delegate Belcastro. Delegate Bondari. Delegate C. Branch. Delegate Bridges. Delegate Cardin. Delegate Carr. Delegate Charles. Delegate Chisholm. Delegate Siliberti. Delegate Conaway. Delegate Crosby. Delegate Crutchfield. Delegate Dumais. Delegate Ebersol. Delegate Feldmark. Delegate Frazier Hidalgo. Delegate Greist. Delegate Gilchrist. Delegate Grammer. Delegate Harrison. Delegate Haynes. Delegate Healy. Delegate Henson. Delegate Hill. Delegate Holmes. Delegate Howard. Delegate Impalaria. Delegate Ivey. Delegate Jackson. Delegate Jacobs. Delegate Jalisi. Delegate D. Jones. Delegate Kelly. Delegate Kerr. Delegate Kittleman. Delegate Krebs. Delegate Krim. Delegate Lehman. Delegate R. Lewis. Delegate Long. Delegate Mangione. Delegate Moutz. Delegate McComas. Delegate Moon. Delegate Novotny. Delegate Otto. Delegate Palakovic-Carr. Delegate Patterson. Delegate Pena Melnick. Delegate Pendergrass. Delegate Pippi. Delegate Proctor. Delegate G. Delegate Resnick. Delegate Ruth. Delegate Sample Hughes. Delegate Shetty. Delegate Shoemaker. Delegate Solomon. Delegate Stein. Delegate Stewart. Delegate Teresa. Delegate Turner. Delegate Valderrama. Delegate Valentino Smith. Delegate Walker. Delegate Washington. Delegate R. Watson. Delegate Wells. Delegate Williams.
Has everyone recorded their presence? If so, please stand. Please stand. Oh, is there somebody? If so, the clerk will take the call. A majority of all members present, the House is in session. The first order of business is the nomination of a Speaker Pro Tem. Nominations are open. The delegate from Prince George's County.
Thank you. Good afternoon, colleagues. President Kennedy once said, "Courage, not complacency, is our need today. Leadership, not salesmanship. And the only valid test of leadership is the ability to lead and lead vigorously." I believe our current leadership team, our dynamic duo, has demonstrated time and again over the past 20 months they can and will provide the vigorous leadership needed to address the myriad of challenges that confront us during the 442nd legislative session. To the people of Maryland, being honest and transparent, we won't resolve all the challenges facing our great state this session or next session. We likely won't resolve them next term or perhaps in our political careers. But as Kennedy said, let us begin. With that, it is my honor to once again nominate for the position of Speaker Pro Tem the gentlelady from District 37A, Cherie Sample Hughes.
Second.
Being properly moved and seconded by the Majority Leader. Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations? The delegate from Charles County.
Thank you. I stand to move to close the nomination for the continuation of Delegate Sample Hughes to serve as our Speaker Pro Tem.
Second.
Being properly closed and seconded by the Majority Leader, the nominations are now closed. We are ready for the question. All those in favor of the Honorable Cherie Sample Hughes from Dorchester and Wicomico counties for the office of Speaker Pro Tem, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Honorable Cherie Sample Hughes has been elected Speaker Pro Tem of the Maryland House of Delegates. Will the Speaker Pro Tem please stand for the administration of the oath? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Cherie Sample Hughes,
do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will be faithful
and that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and support the Constitution and the laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Speaker Pro Tem
execute the office of Speaker Pro Temp
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
according to the Constitution of the laws of this state,
that I will not directly or indirectly
that I will not directly or indirectly
receive the profits or any part of the profits
receive the profits or any part of the profits
of any other office
of any other office
during the term of my acting
during the term of my acting
as Speaker Pro Tem of the Maryland House of Delegates.
as Speaker Pro Temp of the Maryland House of Delegates.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nominations are now open for the office of Speaker of the House. The delegate from Charles County.
Thank you, colleagues. With the current state of our nation, the emotional tumult brought on by the pandemic and the political upheaval and acrimony gripping this state, it is imperative now more than ever to select a leader that exemplifies calm and deliberate thinking, a leader who will not minimize our voices, but never be distracted by the trivial, a leader who does not rush to judgment, yet moves with alacrity and purpose, a leader with a servant's heart. I can think of no one more befitting and deserving of the title of Speaker of this House than the good delegate from Baltimore County. And it is my pleasure to nominate the Honorable Delegate Adrian A. Jones for Speaker of the House.
Second.
Being properly moved and seconded by the Majority Leader. Are there any other nominations? Is there a motion to close the nominations? The delegate from Montgomery County.
Thank you. Colleagues, our speaker during this year and this pandemic has fought tirelessly for all Marylanders, but particularly those who are too often forgotten and beaten down. And so I happily move to close the nomination for Speaker.
Second.
Being properly closed and seconded by the Majority Leader, the nominations are now closed. We are ready for the question. All those in favor of the Honorable Adrian A. Jones for the office of Speaker of the House signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The Honorable Adrian A. Jones of Baltimore County has been elected Speaker of the House of Delegates. We will pause. No. We will pause for a few moments while the podium is cleaned. Please remain in your seat. Oh, yeah. I state your name.
I, Adrian Jones,
Do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland
and support the Constitution and laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment,
diligently and faithfully,
without partiality or prejudice,
execute the office of Speaker
according to the Constitution and laws of this state,
that I will not directly or indirectly
receive the profits or any part of the profits
of any other office
of any other office
during the term of my acting
as Speaker of the Maryland House of Delegates. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please see. I'm going to spare you of a speech. I just want to thank each and every one of you. And we got the people's business to do, so let's get started. Order. The clerk will read the order.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the rules of the House of Delegates in effect at the end of the regular session of 2020, with the exception of Rule 116, be adopted for the regular session of 2021. By order, Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The House rules, with the exception of Rule 116, have been adopted.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to special order House Rule 116 until February 8th at the appropriate time.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. House Rule 116 has been special ordered. Amendment to the House rules. The clerk will read the amendment.
Amendment number 1.
Recognizing the parliamentarian.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have an amendment at the desk to the House rules. This is amendment number 343828/1.
Amendment number 1.
This amendment adds House Rules 118 through 122. These rules will allow the House to safely operate during a health emergency. House Rule 118 establishes modified procedures to protect the health and safety of members, staff, and the public following the passage of a House simple resolution. House Rule 119 establishes a pro forma session consisting of the Majority Leader, Minority Leader, and the Speaker to conduct limited business. House Rule 120 establishes modified procedures for floor sessions, including establishing an alternate location designated by the Speaker. It also adds the ability for the Majority Leader and Minority Leader to designate members to explain their votes. House Rule 121 modifies the use of consent calendars as necessary to protect the public and health safety. House Rule 122 establishes modified procedures for committees. I move the adoption of this amendment to the House rules.
Question for the House is the adoption of the amendments. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The amendments have been adopted. House simple resolution. The clerk will read the resolution in full.
A House simple resolution concerning implementation of modified procedures due to COVID-19 for the purpose of implementing modified procedures for the House of Delegates due to COVID-19. Whereas on March 5th, 2020, Governor Lawrence J. Hogan Jr. declared a state of emergency and a catastrophic health emergency for the state due to the spread of COVID-19. And whereas the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Maryland Department of Health have advised residents of the state to take precautions, including wearing masks and keeping at least 6 feet of distance from others to slow the spread of COVID-19. And whereas, as of January the 11th, 2021, there have been over 309,600 confirmed cases and over 6,100 confirmed deaths from COVID-19 in the state, and whereas hospitalizations due to COVID-19 have put a strain on the state's healthcare system, with a daily count of hospitalizations being over 1,600 since early December 2020, now therefore be it resolved by the House of Delegates of Maryland that due to the spread of COVID-19, a state of emergency exists that necessitates the implementation of modified procedures to protect the health or safety of the members of the House of Delegates, their staff, and the public, and be it further resolved that Rules 119 through 122 of the House of Delegates rules are in effect.
The question for the House is the adoption of the House Simple Resolution. Clerk will call the roll.
Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, if you have an assigned seat in the chamber, please vote now.
Up, down. Yeah. Gotta do it a little slower. We gotta get some. Yeah.
Okay. Delegate Acevero.
Yes or no?
We need each to say loudly yes or no. Very loudly.
Delegate Adams. Delegate Ampry. Delegate Anderson. Delegate Anderton. Delegate Aarons. Delegate Erickson. Delegate Attar. Delegate Attar. Delegate Atterbury. Delegate Bagno. Delegate B. Barnes. Delegate Bartlett. Delegate Balcastro. Delegate Bondari. Delegate Seabranch. Delegate Bridges. Delegate Buckle. Delegate Cardin. Delegate Carr. Delegate Charles. Delegate Chisholm. Delegate Ciliberti. Delegate Conaway. Delegate Crosby. Delegate Crutchfield. Delegate Dumais. Delegate Ebersol. Delegate Feldmark. Delegate W. Fisher. Delegate Frazier Hidalgo. Delegate Greist. Delegate Gilchrist. Delegate Grammer. Delegate Guyton. Delegate Haynes. Delegate Healy. Delegate Henson. Delegate Holmes. Delegate Howard. Delegate Ivy. Delegate Jackson. Delegate Gillespie. Delegate D. Jones. Delegate Kelly. Delegate Kerr. Delegate Kittleman. Delegate Krebs. Delegate Krim. Delegate Lehman. Delegate R. Lewis. Delegate Malone. Delegate Mangione. Delegate McIntosh. Delegate Moon. Delegate Novotny. Delegate Otto. Delegate Palakovich-Carr. Delegate Patterson. Delegate Pena-Melnick. Delegate Pendergrass. Delegate Proctor. Delegate Shee. Delegate Resnick. Delegate Ruth. Delegate Saab. Delegate Sample Hughes. Delegate Shetty. Delegate Shoemaker. Delegate Solomon. Delegate Stein. Delegate Stewart. Delegate Terrassa. Delegate Turner. Delegate Valderrama. Delegate Valentino Smith. Delegate Walker. Delegate Washington. Delegate R. Watson. Delegate Wells. Delegate Williams. Delegate Wyville. Delegate K. Young. Delegate P. Young. Hi, my name is Tam. Okay.
Okay. Has everyone recorded their vote? So the clerk will take the call. There being 90 votes in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted. The House is now operating in a pro forma session under Rule 118. We are going to ask members to start quietly leaving the chamber for public health considerations. The clerk will read the orders and organization.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Chief Clerk of the House is Sylvia Siegert, pursuant to House Rules 103 and 105 of the Maryland House of Delegates. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Journal Clerk of the House is Colleen Cassidy, pursuant to House Rules 104 and 105 of the Maryland House of Delegates.
Hearing no objection, the orders have been adopted. Oh, okay.
Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the following desk officers are hereby appointed to serve the House of Delegates during this regular legislative session of 2021. Assistant Chief Clerk Wendy W. Compton, Assistant Journal Clerk Onisha K. Oliver, Legislative Assistant to the Chief Clerk Cindy Olszewski, Reading Clerk C. Rhodes Whitehill. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the monies appropriated for the expenses of this regular session of 2021 as set forth in the appropriations bill be paid upon joint order of the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. Ordered by the House of Delegates of Maryland that the Speaker of the House shall appoint the employees necessary for the proper transaction of the business of the regular session of 2021 as provided for in the budget. This order to remain in effect until changed or modified by the House of Delegates of Maryland. Resolved that the committees appointed by the Speaker during the regular session of 2020 are hereby continued to serve during the regular session of 2021, and be it further ordered that the Speaker is hereby authorized and empowered to fill any vacancies that may exist in said committees by reason of death, resignation, and any other matter. By order, Sylvia Siegert, Chief Clerk.
Okay. Hearing no objections, the orders have been adopted. Appointments. The clerk will read the appointments.
Resolved that the Speaker makes the following appointments. The Honorable Eric G. Lutke of Montgomery County be appointed as Majority Leader. The Honorable Keith E. Haynes of Baltimore City be appointed Deputy Majority Leader. The Honorable Juanica Fisher of Prince George's County be appointed Assistant Majority Leader. The Honorable Talmadge Branch of Baltimore City be appointed as Majority Whip. The Honorable Bonnie Cullison of Montgomery County be appointed Deputy Speaker Pro Tem. The Honorable Diana M. Fennell of Prince George's County be appointed Assistant Speaker Pro Tem. The Honorable Janelle K. Wilkins of Montgomery County be appointed Parliamentarian. Resolved that the Speaker makes the following appointments. Chief Deputy Majority Whips, the Honorable Benjamin Brooks, the Honorable Ben Barnes. Deputy Majority Whips, the Honorable Darrell Barnes, the Honorable J. Cindy Bartlett, the Honorable Eric Ebersol, the Honorable Jim Gilchrist, the Honorable Ariana B. Kelly, the Honorable Ken Kerr, the Honorable Emily Shetty, the Honorable Chris Valderrama, the Honorable Geraldine Valentino Smith, the Honorable Melissa Wells, the Honorable Pat Young. Resolved that the Chair and Vice Chair of the standing committees are Appropriations Chair, the Honorable Maggie McIntosh of Baltimore City, Vice Chair, the Honorable Mark S. Chang of Anne Arundel County, Economic Matters Chair, the Honorable Derek E. Davis of Prince George's County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Kathleen M. Dumais of Montgomery County, Environment Transportation Chair, the Honorable Kumar P. Barvey of Montgomery County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Dana M. Stein of Baltimore County. Health and Government Operations Chair, the Honorable Shane E. Pendergrass of Howard County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Jocelyn A. Pena Melnick of Prince George's and Anne Arundel Counties. Judiciary Chair, the Honorable Luke Clippinger of Baltimore City, Vice Chair, the Honorable Vanessa Atterbury of Howard County. Ways and Means Chair, the Honorable Ann R. Kaiser of Montgomery County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Alonzo Washington of Prince George's County. Rules and Executive Nominations Chair, the Honorable Ann Healy of Prince George's County, Vice Chair, the Honorable Marvin E. Holmes Jr. of Prince George's County. Resolved that the Speaker makes the following committee appointments and changes. Appropriations, the Honorable Jazz Lewis, the Honorable Reed Novotny. Economic Matters, the Honorable Jesse Pippy. Environment Transportation, the Honorable Marlon Ampry. Judiciary, the Honorable Brenda Time. Ways and Means, the Honorable Dela Attar. By Silva Seeger, Chief Clerk.
Did you finish? Is he finished? Okay. Hearing no objections, the appointments are adopted. Message to the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, the House of Delegates has organized by the election of the Honorable Adrian A. Jones, Speaker of the House. We respectfully propose, with your concurrence, the appointment of a joint committee of 4 members, 2 on the part of the House and 2 on the part of the Senate, to wait upon the governor and inform him that the General Assembly is now organized and prepared to receive any communications he may desire to make. We have appointed on the part of the House delegates Boyce and Morgan.
Okay. Hearing no objections, the message is adopted. Message from the Senate. Clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, we have received your message notifying the Senate of the organization of your honorable body and requesting the appointment of a joint committee to wait upon the governor to inform him that the General Assembly is now prepared to receive any communications which he may desire to make. We have appointed on the part of the Senate Senators King and Simonaire. The Senate has organized by the election of the Honorable William C. Ferguson IV as president.
Hearing no objection, the message is ordered journalized. Message to the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, it is the intention of the House of Delegates to adjourn for more than 3 days during the 2021 legislative session as needed due to the public health emergency. If the Senate of Maryland desires to adjourn for more than 3 days during the 2021 legislative session, the House consents. By order, Sylvia Seeger, Chief Clerk.
Hearing no objection, the message is adopted. Message from the Senate. The clerk will read the message.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House of Delegates, it is the intention of the Senate of Maryland to adjourn for more than 3 days during the 2021 legislative session as needed due to the public health emergency. If the House of Delegates desires to adjourn more than 3 days during the 2021 legislative session, the Senate consents. By order, Nicole M. Zander, Secretary.
Hearing no objection, the message is ordered journalized. Veto House Bills Calendar Number 1. Recognizing the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to special order the calendar of vetoed House bills until February 8th at the appropriate time.
House Bill 4, Public Safety, Rifles and Shotgun Sales, Rentals, and Transfers.
Recognizing the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to special order the calendar of vetoed House bills until February 8th at the appropriate time.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Calendar has been special ordered. Consent calendar of introductory House bill. Clerk will read the first bill.
House Bill 1, the Speaker, Appropriations.
Madam Speaker.
Recognizing Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move so much be considered the reading of House Bills 1 through 421.
Hearing no objections, the bills are read the first time and referred to the appropriate committee. Introduction of House Joint Resolution. The clerk will read the resolutions and their committee assignment.
Where's that? Oh, I got it. House Joint Resolution 1, Delegate Stein, House Rules. House Joint Resolution 2, Delegate Cox, House Rules, by order of Sylvia Secret, Chief Clerk.
Message from the Chief Executive nominations. Clerk will read the nominations and committee assignment.
January 13, 2021. Dear Speaker Jones, in accordance with Article 2, Section 11 of the Constitution of Maryland, I am pleased to submit for confirmation by the Maryland House of Delegates appointments made during the 2020 recess of the General Assembly. I am confident you will find these individuals to be well qualified for their respective offices and deserving of your support for appointment confirmation. Sincerely, Lawrence J. Hogan, Governor, January 13, 2021. Rules and Executive Nominations.
That ends the work at the desk. All committee bill hearings are listed on the Maryland General Assembly website. Recognizing Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand adjourned until Friday, January 15th at 9:30 a.m.